Oh yeah, been up for a little while. It's May 3rd. It is like 8:15 in the AM Saturday. And I broke the rules. I checked my phone. I looked at the emails. I checked my horoscope. I canceled my subscription to Channy, the horoscope app, because they're going to charge me $12 tomorrow if I didn't. The Goopy girl and I did a little bit of snuggling. Such a cute baby. Had crazy dreams. They seem to consist mostly of me being in my childhood neighborhood at a house of a friend I grew up with, who I found myself thinking about the other day how odd it was that his parents let us do sleepovers and we slept in the same bed, and there was a little boyish exploration, I guess you could say. And my dreams were of us being adults and me going over there for like a birthday party, interacting with his parents, who I believe are Trump supporters, and they seem to be continuing to proudly support him. Um, Also, it was like he was sorry. I know, still gassy. It was like they were. He was like trying to come on to me a little bit, and I was like, please don't. I don't know what that dream represents. It was weird. There was like a party, like a bunch of people going around in the neighborhood. It was much like a college town, and I was just like, wow, why you guys are partying? And people were like, you want to smoke some ganja? Pass me the doobie. And I was like, no, I don't smoke ganja anymore. Which is a good sign too, I guess. Um, Turn this fan off here in the bathroom. I'm very much so inclined to get that window open and put a screen in it as well. Just thinking about, I'm planning on doing, I need to wash clothes. Doing like a couple things today, which it's like my whole day is like already planned. Like, I mean, I've got the morning, but there's an event in the afternoon. It's like a potluck that I guess I need to like cook something for, which I'll probably do fried rice for. Um, and then there's like a get together in the later afternoon. The buddy of mine, I've invited him to, and moved the event because of the rain. I guess my place would be a good place to do events. Maybe I should. But that's part of the thing, is that I haven't met with this first group before, so I'm pretty excited. But I got a buddy who's invited me to be part of the second group, and I may be mistaken, but I believe he's interested in moving in with me, which could work. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about checking my bank account, but I did not do that yet. Applied to a number of jobs yesterday. Looked at a bunch of jobs. Contacted a number of recruiters. I need to change my LinkedIn status to open to work. I'm also inclined to just print out my resume and portfolio, beef up my website, and go around to all the businesses I can and try to just get contract business. I'm planning on renewing my LLC, which I think could be good for me. I'm also planning on reapplying to college, which could be amazing for me if they're going to try to restart student loan payments. So I think all is well, boost up my product page online, sell some stuff that I make, sell some services. Need to make another prototype, couple prototypes. I need to work on my designs, put myself out there. I could feel the creep, the mind funk creeping in on me while I was laying. I was supposed to get out, get some sun in my eyes first thing in the morning. Oh, I slept in. It's a stormy day. But I went and picked up my motorcycle wheel with the new tire on it yesterday. That was cool. I was out of the house a good bit. My neighbor needed a ride to the airport. She put $15 of gas in the tank for me. I think she wanted to keep hanging out. I think she was like, this is my last night. Her son graduates from college this weekend, and excuse me, he's moving back in with her. So I think she was like kind of wanting to hang out before, he's moved back in with her. But I'm like, I didn't want to hang out. I was past my bedtime, as it were. Even though I do think the 3 printing classes I'll be teaching later this summer, I'm expecting to be teaching. I don't know if it's set in stone yet or not, but they're going to be night classes. So I'll be teaching those till like at least probably 9:30 at night, which is a little bit of a bummer, but not that bad. So, yeah, stayed a little bit late. I also went after I dropped her off at the airport, which was kind of fun, honestly. I hadn't been to the airport in a while, and it was impressively busy. A lot of people arriving, not many people departing. Odd. I don't know what that indicates. Like, people are surely going to have to leave eventually if they've arrived, but it was kind of fun. It definitely kind of made me think about getting a job as like a driver, just like, because I'm kind of good at it. It's kind of fun, and it's simple enough, and it's like, I don't know, it's something. You feel useful, and it's like a clear, clearly accomplished. Clear when you accomplish. It's like you get from A to B. These fucking flowers are dope, yo. Don't smell like anything yet, but I'm pretty sure they'll smell good when they finish blooming, and it's like hot, which is nice and cool today. Hallelujah, praise Jesus. But yeah, I definitely need to get with these people and be like, hey, there's a reason I think that I have such a big house. Like, we should all team up. I think my buddy might move in with me. We could maybe work it out. Need to make it clear what I'm working on, what I'm all about. Bamboo is doing great. Loving the rain. It seems like it must have rained a good bit for it to be as wet as it is. I didn't check the levels of like the buckets outside, but I need to. Dottie just took off after something in the weeds, but she's back. Good girl. Yeah, after I dropped off Mary at the airport, I went to Subway because it's cheap and filling, good, lots of calories. Felt kind of weird because there's like these grown men from like India making my food, and I just was like, I've heard about immigrants often coming to this country with like multiple degrees, and then they end up like, becoming a janitor or working in a restaurant because that's what they have to do to make ends meet. But it's like, and other immigrants I know of come to this country and they get engineering degrees and they become engineers. But like, yeah, I think my dad was always a little bit bitter about that kind of thing. Like, we knew a family growing up whose father was an immigrant from Kuwait, and my dad was like, that guy was a fucking idiot. He's designing bridges for our state. No wonder shit's all fucked up. And I get where my dad's coming from, but I also get how, the system works. It's like, you gotta know that math, you gotta have passed those classes. And immigrants, a lot of them, they'll work their ass off to do it. But like, that doesn't mean I'm sympathetic to the Trump racism. I just understand where I think people are coming from, and I do think we need to reevaluate things in our society, but I don't think we need a king, dictator, fucking racist, freely roaming the streets, assaulting people, like. But I don't know, I do think it's maybe like my friend Kate says, and others and everybody else pretty much, it's like, it's what you focus on, like, raise your vibration. And here I am eating a 12-inch meatball sub, and I bought 2 cookies for $1. I should have tried to negotiate, be like, how about 4 cookies? They had a fuck ton of them, but I didn't need all those cookies, man. It was like, but I knew I had some extra chips at the house here. I also drank a beer with my sandwich, which is super indulgent, but it was good. I'm not gonna lie. Slept like a baby. It was nice to get a lot of sleep, honestly. I feel like sleep anymore is like it's like a substance. Even though I do seem to need less of it these days because I'm not smoking ganja all the time or anymore. Good girl. Good gooby girl. Yeah, good baby. I didn't see her. I wasn't sure where she was. Mary told me she came to her door the other day when I was in the shed taking the wheel off the bike. I can smell the honeysuckles. Oh, they smell so good. Ready for those nettles to bloom. A couple weeks. I don't know how much I'll get to enjoy them depending on what I'm doing for work. Tell you what, it'd be super cool if I found another remote gig, or if I could, be reassured that I can actually make money doing my own thing, still working from home so I could be with this dog. I'm confident that I can. It's scary. I don't have anybody telling me. I don't have anybody encouraging me. The only person I have to encourage me is myself. Maybe I can get AI to encourage me. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Things could be, who knows? I guess that's okay. That's part of it. Sometimes we just don't know. But I don't think Sharo's going to move in with me. I don't know any other women that could move in with me, help me with bills, which is a fucked up thought. But my thought was always like, I'll have a female move in with me, not dudes. But don't know what's going to happen anymore. We'll see. We shall see. I gotta do something though. Something's going to happen. My neck feels pretty fucking good. Luckily, it's like definitely straightening out, which is just amazing. It seems like it's, just gonna have this positive ripple effect in my life. Fewer headaches, less stress and pain. I guess I could always apply for unemployment or disability. That's one way to go about it, isn't it? It's definitely not what I want to do, though. I feel like I have the potential to be successful in business and contribute to society. Not that it's impossible to do that if you're disabled or unemployed, but in this capitalist system, that is the idea. I gotta think positively. I keep thinking everybody seems to think we're gonna have a civil war. I guess it's possible that there could be a military coup and we could reorganize our government entirely in a more organic, grassroots fashion. It definitely seems like we could do it. It's like if Twitter and our social media and shit weren't manipulated, if it were organic and we could just communicate with each other purely and transparently. But it's like anytime, I feel like, I could be wrong about this, but anytime you get like grassroots democratic momentum, that stuff just gets banned or infiltrated. We'll see what happens. I should probably exercise. I was planning on spending the morning working on my motorcycle, but I kind of think maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe it'll be drier, cooler even. And I could still do that. I could still work on my motorcycle today. But I do think I should do some exercising. I really want to just sit and drink some coffee, kind of take a break Yesterday I did well. I did my exercises before drinking coffee. And I definitely need to exercise because my neck is feeling better. My stomach feels better. My back feels better. So maybe that is what we'll do. Eat the frog, right? That's what they say. And I already let the frog go free by sitting on my phone for 15 minutes this morning. Dreams were so weird. I want to do a little overhang covering right here, pavilion thing, to sit so my bench doesn't get wet. I was really hoping that my gas, that's part of the reason I got Subway. I was like, maybe if I don't eat beans tonight, just beans and rice when I'm out, when I'm with people, I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm at any job interview. I'm just holding in my farts all the time. I guess my body will adjust. Maybe I'll just get I don't know. Just have to eat fewer beans, eat different kinds of fiber. So apparently that's what it is the fiber in the beans. I thought it was some kind of toxins in my body, but I don't know. Looks like Mary's got company. Looks like she might have had some people go with her because the big Jeep Wagoneer she rented is no longer here. So they must have either gone out for breakfast or started the trip. Some cool rides, cool whips in the driveway. She's so active, social, cool. I've got a cool neighbor. I got a lot of cool neighbors, I feel like. Even though the one on the other side is like a fucking Christian nationalist. I need to... Got these gigantic trees that really need some management. This giant ass oak tree is unbelievable. It needs to be trimmed before it's too late. I have a feeling one of its limbs are gonna fall soon. It's got these giant limbs. Some of its limbs are as big as some of these trees. I wonder if I just cut off like the one limb on one side, if it'll lean the other direction. Something's gotta give. Something's gonna give. I can feel it. Apparently there's this guy I follow, or I see on YouTube all the time. I guess YouTube promotes his stuff, or they just think that I like him, but he's always talking about Schumann resonances and earthquakes and sunspots, and he was talking about, like, I can't deny that he's telling the truth or anything, but like his videos are super long and they're super kind of boring and weird to me. It's not like, I'm just like, yeah, can you not put this in a 5-minute video? Do you have to go on and on about all this stuff? Like, I get it, okay? Something's going to happen. And sure enough, there was like a couple earthquakes around New Zealand, I think, the other day. Like in a line around, I think it was New Zealand, some island. The island wasn't hit directly, but then on like the other side of the world, which is what he was saying would happen, there was another earthquake, I think in like Peru or something, like a 7.4. There was like a bunch of magnitude 6 earthquakes in a line, like along this fault on one side, like I said, like around New Zealand or something, and then like yesterday, boom, in Peru was 7 point something, 7.4. And his theory is that the Earth and Sun's activities are connected, and they lead to these. And he's like, people are saying that our moods and stuff are connected to all that as well. And all these comments are like, that's why I feel exhausted and energized. And I'm like, I kind of feel that way too, but I thought it was just because like I've quit smoking pot and I've been taking Wellbutrin. But anymore, I do feel like I didn't want to, like, I've said this before, but I chose a username when I joined TikTok, tongue-in-cheek, of Diary of Man Dank, as a play on the book's title, Diary of Anne Frank. And I was really not expecting Donald Trump to become president again. But of course, he did. And I don't think he won fairly. Oh, I need to charge this guy. I think he cheated. And I don't understand. Like, I almost have to think at this point that fucking Kamala Harris is like on his team, even though she plays like she's opposition. I guess they'd say like controlled opposition. Because she's been coming out recently like, oh, this is fascism. It's like, hey, thanks. It's really kind of a day late and a dollar short. Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you say? Like, maybe, like, I thought you were supposed to be law enforcement agent numero uno. Like, you haven't had anybody look into the numbers for the election in any of the states. You haven't heard about how the odds of him having won all 7 swing states and all those counties, like, were 1 in 1.2 trillion. Like, that doesn't any of that ring a bell? Like, have you and the Democrats been organizing to do anything? Have you been thinking about organizing? I guess maybe they're apprehensive about organizing a grassroots resistance, because that could just make things worse and more violent more quickly. But it's like, damn, dear God, like, children, American citizens being deported, fucking the economy tanking, international relations, like the America is just never going to be the same. It's never going to be respected. I don't think ever again. Like, people just they're not going to trust us. They're not going to respect us. I guess immigrants and the like, will still want to come here because, there's opportunity, but it seems like the dollar is on its way out as a global reserve currency, and I just don't know if anybody's planned anything and has anything in mind. Come on, Gooby. I just realized we've done our whole walk. I let her out. No collar. Come on, Gooby. Let's go inside. She's collarless. I was like, where's my controller? I was going to press the button or get ready to. I'm not wearing it. It's like she's not wearing her collar. Well, you did very, very well, Gooby. Good girl. You stayed within earshot and eyesight, and luckily we didn't encounter any cats or deer or aggressive neighbors, runners, joggers, walkers. Hell yeah. How cool, Dottie. You want a treat? You deserve a treat after that. Yes, you do. Is your collar upstairs? It must be. I'll give you a little treat, Gooby. You get a treat. Come on, come get a treat. I want some more of those chips, dude. Those things are so good, but they're so expensive. I guess I might have to learn how to make them myself or something. I need to show you what it looks like. Don't really have much cheese left. I have to do something. Brother is broke as a bitch. I really have been thinking about escaping, leaving this country more than like anything. I'm just like, dude, I don't have the energy, mental capacity, but I think I might. Maybe I need to meditate. Here you go, Gooby. Good girl. A little piece of cheese for you. Being such a good Gooby. Luckily, I've got 2 bags of food for her, so we should be good on food for a while. Still got a bunch of rice and beans. Should be good on that. I should have gas for like another 2 months, as well as electricity. I'm gonna have to pay my electricity bill this month if that's what I want. And yeah, I think I might just have to make some coffee. I guess I should take some Wellbutrin. Maybe a couple cups of coffee at least. Saturday. Sunday's even more of a rest day, right? Every day, I want every day to be a rest day. I feel like I just needed a rest, and everybody's like, come across this video, come across a couple of different pieces of content. They're like, rest is revolutionary, and it's like, yeah, so fucking true. I'm glad to hear it, because that's what I've been doing as much as anything lately is resting, and I guess I've needed it. I've needed it to mourn, I've needed it to heal, I've needed it to quit smoking, which I've experienced in the past when I've gone to my dad's. It seems like almost every time in the past, it was the thing that the impetus that would start my ganja fast was going to my dad's and like sleeping and eating a bunch. And I didn't realize I was getting rest, you know. But I keep thinking that, you know, I'm not as much in control of all this as I've always kind of thought that maybe I could be. Of course, I'm in control to a degree, but I guess it's kind of like, you know, you could just do your best. And like, I'm enough. Like, doing my best is enough. I don't have to overwork myself and stress myself out so much. It's just be at peace and do my best. Like, because there's the caller and controller. You're such a good girl. You look like, oh, I know, I thought about taking you or something. I think it's supposed to rain like a motherfucker though. I guess we could maybe run over there. What's the forecast saying? Rain for the next hour. Yeah, I guess it's about to start. It's all good. I definitely wouldn't mind having somebody to talk to. Obviously, that's why I do this, I guess. It's better than not talking to anybody, just being silent. Like, people would say silence is golden, and I'm sure there are monks who, you know, they do like the silent retreats and stuff. But the thought of having a roommate just to communicate with is kind of charming. I'm not gonna lie. There's the rain. I wanted to see how much. We've got about an inch or two in that bucket right. This thing's doing its job and is nice and empty, luckily. I guess I can put all these seeds in one of these buckets with dirt. Maybe I'll pile the dirt on that thing eventually. But yeah, just having that dish that's sitting out there with a bunch of seeds in the rain is like not ideal. Need to clean. I did the dishes last night. Part of me didn't want to. What is it? Why do I struggle so much with basic tasks like dishes and jobs and I guess everybody does. And that's what some people would tell me. I think the thing I've been thinking about the most, and like there's gotta be other people that feel this way. Is it like, maybe that's why I think like maybe I should just move to Mexico, maybe? Like, if I look up jobs in Mexico, like I might not be all that competitive, but I'm like, their president apparently studied environmental science, right? It doesn't matter. But it's like I went to, like, you know, paying back the student loans, it's like I went to college because I expected that I would be able, and maybe it's on me. Maybe somebody say this is on you. This isn't on society. This isn't on our system, on the government. And maybe that's why. No, that's definitely why. I feel like one of my main best options at this point is creating content. It's like I went to college knowing that there was such a thing as global warming, expecting that there would be opportunities for me. And now here we are, with a president and administration that says it's a hoax, and then it's woke libtard shit. And they're like, but you still gotta pay back your student loans. I'm like, dude, you're gonna turn me into a fucking terrorist. Like, it's infuriating. And like, probably the person who gives me more moral support than anybody, my brother, he gets it. But I don't think he gets why I've always talked about creating content and why I still talk about it to this day, and he just like rolls his eyes and he's like, dude, just get a job, It's like, yeah, but like, do you understand? I don't know if anybody understands my frustration, Like, do you know how it feels to, like, it'd be one thing if they were like, actually, you know what? Because you studied environmental science, and we've discovered it's a hoax, you don't have to pay back your student loans. But I don't know, maybe that's the approach I should take actually. Maybe I should try to sue my college or something. Try to sue the EPA or start creating content about how climate change is a hoax or something. Like, if you can't beat them, join them kind of thing. Like, what are my options? If I can't, if I'm not going to be able to get a job in the alternative energy field, if I can't get a job implementing sustainable technologies or designing sustainable technologies, like the thing is I could, right? It definitely seems like I would have to kind of shift gears though, because it's like when I was in college and I experienced and I started getting intrigued by social psychology. It's like, oh, okay, the problem here isn't that we don't have enough engineers, that we don't have the technology, that we can't. The problem is that people just don't know, that people are lying. Like, people in business are lying. People in our government are lying. Donald Trump, he's out there saying this shit is a hoax. It's like, so what do we do about that? Like, there's already people creating content about sustainability in the environment, environmental energy, technology, environmental science. Like, there's a sunrise movement. There's Al Gore. There's Greta Thunberg. Like, what is my role? What should I do? Is there anything for me to do at this point? What do I do? And it's like, I guess I could just get another job designing steel structures. It really seems like my studies, my passions, my career path has led me into like the realm of architecture, environmental health and safety, sustainable architecture, innovative architecture kind of stuff. But I'm still just like, I don't know, maybe I should start applying in earnest to architecture programs. I don't know. It's all good though. I can't give up. I can't give up on myself. I feel like I'm close, It feels good to feel like I'm close, but it's still frustrating because, am I close enough? Like, I guess it would have been ideal to have had my college application in last week before the May 5th deadline for college student loans. That's what's really like kicking my ass and stressing me out right now. is the part that I need to get a job, but the prospect of getting a job and then just having all my money taken away is like very frustrating. So, I guess I could just work under the table for a while, like do the handyman stuff, sell products on the internet. It's like I'm back into a corner. I don't really have a choice. If I get a normal job and they garnish my paycheck, my wages, it's like, what's the point of getting a normal job then? Like I don't have a choice. I can't get a normal job. I need the money. Like if I'm working to make the money, but I'm only getting half the money, I'm not gonna get a job paying me $300,000 a year anytime soon. I don't think. Look at me, I'm stress eating. This is not helping. I don't know what to do. You want a peanut? Other than maybe take a nice hot shower. That sounds fucking amazing. And I'd like to think that eventually we'll meet a beautiful woman who can ease my mind and my spirit. Like I'm some type of animal and I just need my face touched and to cuddle. And it could happen. I don't think that it's going to happen with Sharo. I don't think it's going to happen with Kate. Because talking to her about her support of RFK makes me want to kill her. I just want to lose my shit. And like, thinking about it, I believe she lost a husband. He took his own life years ago. And it just occurred to me that perhaps some of her anger, some of her she kind of seems to have like a sense, a bit of what I would call like dissatisfaction with the system, Like maybe she thinks that because the world is so cruel to white men, which as a white man, I can appreciate slightly. I'm like, yeah, thank you for recognizing it, because I do feel like I'm like out here like trying my best and it's not enough still. She's like, don't you think it'd be great if things were easier? And it's like, yeah, I do. You're right. But also that doesn't mean that like what I need or want is for others people's life, like for us to not have diversity, equity, and inclusion programs anymore. Like that's not. I think there's enough to go around. Like it's not that white men aren't being given a fair shake so much as that our system is just fucked up. It's like we have billionaires becoming on their way to trillionaires. And we have politicians and business people saying that climate change is a hoax. And religion in our schools, it's like it's not minorities and gay people. Those are scapegoats used by fascists. It's been done before. It doesn't work. It ends badly every time. It's going to end badly again. I just want a Green New Deal. Healthcare, decriminalize nonviolent drug offenses, like provide housing for the homeless. There's no reason to say like black people need to go work on the plantations again and Hispanic people need to be shipped to concentration camps. Like that's not the answer. Maybe I'm just being a little bit extreme. Wow, there's an ant in this. I never noticed the ant in this part. I'm sure some people would say I'm a genius, I'm really talented, and that maybe this is my calling. Maybe it is. Maybe I should just not give up on myself and keep trying, because, like I say, I feel like I'm so close. I've gotten so close. Make this out of wood. It's going to take so much longer. It can be done. So close. It's all good. Let's go get some of my drugs. These drugs, this medicine, these vitamins. The suckers are old, first of all. Yeah, they expired back in February. Biotin, a bunch of vitamins. It's got iron. Ferrous fumarate. Thought it was supposed to be iron phosphate that I was looking for. I have to be careful with the woo-woo stuff. I saw something that your body needs iron, but not the iron that's in like a food, not iron oxide. And it's like, if you want iron phosphate, it's found in fruits and vegetables. No, I definitely do think I need to get an invisible fence or something for this dog, because she's just sitting here being needy. Go lay down. I want to give her the world. Oh yeah, my laundry. I was thinking about doing some laundry. Oh, my coffee is steeping. Just be, that's all I can do. I definitely want to like chill out hardcore, chill out maximum. Just like lay in bed all day. Eat, stuff my face. Okay, so I took 50 milligrams yesterday. I guess I could just do 100 milligrams today. Especially if I'm planning on taking it easy and like drinking some coffee here in a second. Yeah, I took 50 milligrams yesterday and it seemed to do quite well. The days before I took 125 milligrams approximately. Oh. Potluck. I think it starts at noon. Traditional tea and coffee. What is that place? Huh. Okay. I love this area. I was just over here the other day to buy my dad's. Actually, yeah, I was right there by the gift horse. Bunch of cool spots. Yeah, I know. Probably not gonna be able to ride my motorcycle over there if it's gonna be raining. Yeah, this is a week with no busting. And the dreams are definitely reflecting that. And the urges, like going up into a space with a bunch of other people and potentially women is like probably gonna be way more fun than I think. I'm over here like, I just want to stay home and lay in bed, but also women. And they said that the girl who invited me was like, you'll be the only guy. Like everybody else in the group is a queer woman. Like, cool. Good to know that I shouldn't even try, you know. Even though yesterday when I was applying for a job, it asked me if I identify as part of the LGBTQI plus community. I said yes. Because the other day I've been thinking, like, I mean, and I said in the video the other day that it's like, yeah, fuck it, I am. I don't care. Like, if my dad or my aunts or uncles would disown me for being gay, then so be it. Like, I would rather, even if I'm not gay, I don't want them, like, I don't want to be, they're like, come visit. And it's like, well, are you a hateful bigot? Because if you are, then maybe that's why I'm not very excited to come visit you. Like, I have gay friends. I don't think gay people deserve to be persecuted, and like, I don't think it's a sin to be gay. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. In fact, I think all of you guys are repressed sexually and perverted and abusive, like quite possibly. If that's the way you're going to be, like there's a reason why I'm apprehensive and I don't really want to come visit you. Like, but yeah, I was like, yeah, I am, and I don't know if that would make, I don't know who, you know, it was some random job posting, so it's like, but I'm like, is this dangerous to admit? Who am I admitting this to? But also maybe they'll appreciate it. It was actually, if I remember correctly, it was an animator, 3D animator job. Which reminds me, I need to get the software program. Cost of Cinema 4D. Damn, it's $100 a month. Damn. Free trials and lower cost options are available. I wonder if I can find an old version. So much to do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets? I'm inclined to spend time on this damn thing. Doom scroll. That's why I've got these. Why is it so hard to get? I need something heavy. That's my initial thought. Steel. I'm almost like, I can make things out of concrete. That's what concrete's for. Rocks. But I just used a little jar of paprika, which is also heavy. So let me read to you some dope ass shit that I've been reading in this cool book. Joseph Campbell writes in The Power of Myth, the Grail is that which is attained and realized by people who have lived their own lives. The Grail represents the fulfillment of the highest spiritual potentialities of the human consciousness. It is within you. This is a quote from Confucius, from, I guess, Analects. What the undeveloped man seeks is outside. What the advanced man seeks is within himself. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. The kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. Luke 17, verse 20, 21. He is seated in the hearts of all, from the Bhagavad Gita. On God's own nature has been molded man's, from the Hadith, Islamic Hadith. God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. This is from Genesis 1:27. It says Judaism, but I believe it's just the Old Testament in general. But maybe I'm just, biased in my Western Christian upbringing. His light is in every heart. Guru Nanak, Sikhism. Leonardo may actually have designed a cryptics or cipher box like the one described in the Da Vinci Code, although there is no concrete evidence to support this idea. But in any case, as Leonardo knew very well, to find the secrets of the Grail, you must look outside the box and inside yourself. This is the meaning of Paulo Coelho's enchanting fable, The Alchemist, in which a young shepherd sets out on a perilous pilgrimage through Egypt to seek a magnificent treasure, only to discover that it was hidden in his own backyard. Coelho's fable echoes the classic Buddhist story of a young prince who sets out on a journey to find a precious jewel beyond any price, only to realize that it was sewn into the lining of his coat from the beginning. This is like, revelatory to me, even though I've heard this kind of stuff before. Because I think my anxiety, right, that I've experienced since I woke up this morning, that I've been describing, and I was like, got on my phone and I was looking for something on my phone. It's like, what am I looking for? I feel like I'm not enough. I feel like I need to, be worried about, I need to check for job offers. I need to be worried about making money. I'm like stressed about my bank account. I'm like not wanting to go out. I just want to stay home and wallow, consume, like anxiety. I need to make money. I'm not good enough. Like, what are we going to do? Fuck Donald Trump. I don't feel appreciated. I'm lonely. I wish I had like a beautiful woman to be in a relationship with. All that is me desiring something outside of myself. And I guess it seems like the spirit, the soul, the self, like that urge, that it's like a magnetic phenomena where like I feel like I'm being repelled from myself, and I'm like, why is that? Is that so that I can realize that myself is in here? Does that make it that much easier? Like if I were just like at peace, would I be less intelligent or something? Like, would I be, cause like, why is it that I feel that? It seems like it would be so much easier and make so much sense for me to just be at peace and recognize that I'm enough and like, but I think that's like the whole point of life. It's like the game. It's like, why play a video game? You know? Why live? Why wake up? Why do anything? Why have that feeling? And I think it's so that I can recognize. Like it just makes it's hard to describe, but it makes sense to me all of a sudden. It's about time for my morning ritual in the bathroom. So I'm gonna drink some coffee and I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Thanks for listening. Thanks for helping me get to this point where I realized. I think a lot of it is the like the right brain. You may just need to meditate. Talk to you soon. Later. Peace.